Well, all the criticism coming against the 49ers by a lot of people, including myself. But what is the primary thing that the 49ers need to do to silence all those critics for good?
Let's talk football.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are talking about the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the 49ers, after making a Super Bowl appearance in Super Bowl 58, getting beat again by the Chiefs, who are their father, and by far just own them with no limitations against this team, with no regrets. But the 49ers then again came out this following year being affected primarily by the injury bug, coming in last place of the division, and the Rams ended up winning the division. A little swap of what these two teams were a year ago.
Next floor, bottom of the food chain.
But the question is, what do the 49ers need to do to silence all the critics for good? Now, I've been asked this question a few times, and I'm about to give my answer. So, before we get started too far into this video, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's talk about San Francisco. So, the 49ers, we all know what they have to do to silence all the critics. We all know what that is. It's to win a Super Bowl. It's the ultimate thing that they've been missing for years. The last time they won one was when Steve Young was their quarterback. The last time they did that was with Steve Young. Think about that. It's been 20 plus years since they've last sniffed a Super Bowl championship ring, which would then make them at 6. But I've talked about this a variety of times. The 49ers are a Super Bowl or bust team every year. There's no excuses for them every single year. Last year, they had a lot of injuries. But let me ask people this question. When Brock Purdy had Ricky Pearsall, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Jordan Mason against the Detroit Lions, were they able to win that game against Detroit at home? Yes or no? They were not able to do that.
You just don't know when to quit.
Yeah, I've been told that before.
With some of the good guys on their team otherwise as well, even with Trent Williams there. I know people are looking at the Purdy situation that he can't play without his weapons. And I'd say to him, go out there and perform when your weapons are hurt. It's what all other elite quarterbacks do. If I put any other quarterback in this offense that I mentioned on my elite quarterback topic that I have on Purdy, if I put any of those quarterbacks that I have in my top 15, I would put in my top 14, other than of course Brock Purdy. If I put any of those 14 in there, they go out there and win a championship because they have the eliteness of quarterbacks. Now Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert might be question marks. But if I put them in that same offense, they have the same amount of success. Brock Purdy has to learn to shine in the brightest lights.
You take the saber down, or you die trying. No excuses.
Yes, Captain.
NFL is about moments. If you can't show up in those moments, then you don't deserve to be a quarterback in the NFL. I'm sorry if this is not what Purdy fans want to hear, but it is the facts. I am stating the facts. Patrick Mahomes, look at what he's doing right now. Is on the brink of history of pulling the first ever three-peat in NFL history, and he has 4, maybe soon to be 5 Super Bowl rings to show for it. Oh, well, wait, 3 Super Bowl rings right now, maybe 4 to show for it. But the main thing I look at this team and say is you have the best team in the NFL against the best quarterback in the NFL, and you couldn't get the job done there.
Where should I hide?
How about in here with me?
Sure, I'll just hide in
This is why I've constantly talked about the 49ers. Because they couldn't win when they had the best team in the league. And then also because of Dan Orlovsky giving this Brock Purdy guy a pass. We got to stop giving passes to this 49ers squad. It's either you show up or you shut up. It's either one. You either show up and prove why you're a Super Bowl contender, or you shut up and just stay silent. It's the only way that they're going to silence the critics. Until they win a Super Bowl, we're going to continue bringing this up. We're going to continue bringing up that 3rd down and 5 play. With 2 minutes to go in the football game, with 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter, Purdy had a 3rd down and 5 attempt. What did he do on that play? Overthrew the head of Jawan Jennings. And then earlier on, he threw over a wide open Deebo Samuel. And the main thing I look at this team and say that this team needs to improve on is nothing. Because they have the team that can go win a Super Bowl, but they ultimately won't because Purdy can't show up in the big moments. And Kyle Shanahan is the exact same thing. He's a choker. He is an ultimate choker. One of the worst chokers in the NFL. Brock Purdy has to learn to shine in the big moments. Patrick Mahomes has done that at times. Joe Burrow has done that. Jared Goff has done that at some times. And remember that Week 11 game you had against Seattle? Even Geno Smith did that against y'all. Y'all made him look like prime time Michael Vick.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
For crying out loud. You made him look like that. But the main thing I look at of the 49ers is, I've said this phrase for a while, and I'm going to say it again. No matter how good they might look to seem to be, no matter how good of a roster they have, don't lose your mind. No matter how good of a roster they got, no matter what seed they are, when the expectations are at the highest peak, when the brightest moments come, the 49ers will always find a way to choke it away in the end. What's happened in each of the Super Bowls? Let's rewind the clock back to Super Bowl 47. When Colin Kaepernick had a chance to win the ball game with a 4th down and goal at the 5-yard line, what did Colin Kaepernick do? He overthrew the head of one of his receivers on the right side. I think it was Mike Crabtree, if I remember correctly. Don't hold me on that. And then, also Jimmy Garoppolo, or as I like to call him, Mr. Garoppolo. When Jimmy Garoppolo had a chance to throw right down the field to a wide open Sanders, what was the result of that play? An overthrown pass. And then later on, we get sacked for the ending of the game. This is what I've talked about the 49ers. They can have a best roster in the league. They can have one of the best rosters you could ever ask for. But they will never get it done because Kyle Shanahan is the worst head coach that I've ever witnessed in the Super Bowl. And if he loses one more, he will join the name with 3 other head coaches that have gone 0-4 in the Super Bowl. 2 of them being Marv Levy and Bud Grant. I can't remember the third one at this exact point in time. My point is, the 49ers have to finish the job. The 49ers, until they finish the job, we're going to continue to talk about this team on what they could have been, but they couldn't because Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy constantly get in their own dang way. Because it's who they are. No one will accept it. The 49ers can never win a championship because Kyle Shanahan doesn't know when to suck in the guts to actually pull it off in the big moments. If for Kyle Shanahan, I would say this: for you need to take all those Clark Kent glasses and turn into Superman, because that is what you need to do. And for Brock Purdy, I would say the same thing. You need to take off those Clark Kent glasses and turn into Superman, because that is what you ultimately need to do when you're going to win a Super Bowl. That is what you're going to ultimately need to do. If any of you don't like it, then you don't watch football properly. Because I look at facts. I look at the fact that the 49ers have not won a championship in 20 plus years, which was long before I was even born on this planet. The last time they won a Super Bowl, it was long before Google or internet even existed. Think about that. It was long before Google and internet even existed. Long before social media became a thing. And the 49ers have not won anything since then. The 49ers have to finish the job if they're going to silence the haters. If they're going to silence the critics once and for all, they have to go and finish the job. Until they do, they will not silence the haters until that happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you guys think the 49ers needs to do to silence the critics? Do you agree with some of the points I had to say, or do you disagree? And if you disagree, you're dead wrong. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.